Hello and welcome back to the Call of Duty Championship presented by Xbox. You are joining us in a thrilling best-of-5 series here between Vitality Rises, the French team, going up against Rise Nation, the Americans, and we've just seen a great search and destroy.
Yeah, first game, if you're just joining us, domination. Rise Nation had pretty convincing win, but right after that, I mean, we saw some great play from the French team. Blue went off. He had that borderline three-piece, which was just a wild play if you were watching, crawling over a trophy system, reloading, and still managed to get the kills. And it looks like he's continuing his streak of hotness here.
And this is a great start from Vitality Rises, taking down 3 of Rise Nation. Remember, this is Warhawk Blitz, now a completely different and new game mode for Call of Duty Ghost. And that was a brilliant push from Blue, but he does eventually get shut down. However, first capture goes towards Vitality Rises.
He at least provided a distraction there to allow his team to cap. And I'll tell you what, man, these sensitivities, I got to sit like away from the monitor. They're moving fast. I'm getting a little nauseous.
Well, we've discussed this. I mean, you know, the French teams, they play on these high sensitivities, and they're just so aggressive. I mean, they just have no fear at all. Whoever they're playing, they will just charge straight at them.
Yeah, that's certainly what I've been seeing this. And like I've said before, I was told before this, not having a ton of experience with the French teams, that they're uber aggressive. They go at you and go at you, and that type of play style, when you're shooting well, a lot of times it works.
Here we go, watching Blue now, who shone for us previously in that search and destroy, does get shut down. Carnage is making moves, though, and it's great to see this. This is what we're talking about. So often you will see teams actually leave a player, maybe 2 players back to actually defend the home capture point. Not Vitality Rises. They're just going heads on straight into the enemy capture zone.
Yeah, and right now it's 1-1. I mean, the thing you have to be careful with that type of pressure, which actually we saw Rise Nation do a similar thing in their last series, was just pressure, but they would let one guy kind of leak past.
Yeah.
So they would keep capping, but it just stayed even up to like 9 because they kept letting one guy get past. You need really solid communication to play that all-team aggressive style.
Well, it is currently 1-1 between these two teams, so, you know, a slow start, but not something that is unexpected on this map, because Warhawk Blitz, you don't tend to see all that many captures usually relative to the other maps.
Yeah, definitely, just because it is a pretty lengthy hike to get to that cap. And, I mean, earlier, I think one of the games I was doing, we saw it was like a 9-9 game pretty early on, and then it just slowed down. So you do definitely see some kind of momentum swings and some different play styles in this as people start to adapt to their opponents.
Okay, well, we are watching Pac-Man now. Does get shut down once more. Vitality Rises making a push. I mean, do not forget, though, you know, Rise Nation do have the lead here. It is currently 3-2 in their favor, and Looney is back on the defense.
Yeah, and this 3-2 lead, you know, we're seeing it kind of slow down as you see 2 people back kind of by their spawn. They're trying to push out right, and they're going to run into a member of Vitality Rises here. I believe that was Blue. So this will be a big fight here on this right side to try and get pushed up for Rise Nation. And that ended up being an easy kill for him as we see Looney starting to push up this right side. Now, I'm assuming there has been a call-out. As we see on the minimap here, we've got a couple guys looking this side from Vitality Rises. We'll see how far Looney can get this push going.
That's quite interesting, really. After so much carnage, there's just been this little lull in the game. It just kind of all slowed down, but there we go. 3 kills do go in Rise Nation's favor. Things have really opened up for them now, and we are seeing Vitality Rises straight off the spawn going heavy defense, but we can see now Rise Nation.
I love this play. I love this play.
He's just gone parkour all over the map.
Yeah, and he might just be able to run this in.
Ooh.
Oh, I love the play hopping up there and going in top Gina's, though. He almost was able to pull that off.
Well, wasn't meant to be, but they do still have this lead. We're going to stay on board with Rise Nation a little longer. I'm going to put Oracle mode on as well so we can see what is going on for Vitality Rises whilst we watch these guys.
Yeah, and we just like a little under a minute and a half here. Not a whole lot of time left. It is 4-3 currently. Rise Nation is in the lead. If you're just tuning in with us, it's currently a 1-1 series in this best of 5. Both of these teams are currently 1-0 in their pool.
Yeah, so all to play for here. You know, they're effectively playing for who's going to go through, or at least solidify their place as one of the teams that go through. Watching Looney now, and he's making this push down the right-hand side once again.
Yeah, and, you know, once we'll see if this push works for him, then I'd like to hop back on with Blue, just because look at him, 14-7.
Wow.
He is really getting it done over these past couple game types. And, you know, we saw him in that first domination on the Sovereign. I think he had like a 5-13 side or something. I think it's safe to say his 5-13 games are gone right now.
He's turned things around, and it's you know, it's strange to see that because with each individual player, we've seen consistent plays. You know, the players that have been performing well have performed well the whole tournament. But with someone like Blue, he tends to, you know, switch back and two. If he's on point, he's doing well, but sometimes he can slip up.
Yeah, and those players, I mean, you'll get those in any sport, whether it's an e-sport or basketball. When people are hot, you have those players. They get that hot hand, and they're fantastic, but they also can get that cold hand. But right now, what you're seeing from Blue is, I think, what you would call a hot hand.
Yep. I mean, he's doing so good. 16-7 now. Wow, he has more than double of any of his teammates' kills. He is on fire.
He's apparently invincible.
Oh, and he finally goes down. We're kind of just waiting for him to die.
Yeah, that was crazy. That guy by the 18 alert just kept putting shots on him there at the car, but he just would not go down. And after the first half of Blitz, I believe that was a 2-point lead for Rise Nation.
That's it.
And as we know in this, he was saying, this is one of the Blitz maps that doesn't tend to have quite as many caps as some of the others.
Yeah.
So 2-point lead in this is a little bit more significant than maybe in some of the other maps.
Absolutely, and it's purely due to the spawn points, in my opinion. I mean, you can force the spawns, but because they're so close to the home capture point, if you are making the kills, you can just readily spawn up. The enemy can readily spawn up and defend once again. So you see a lot more sneaky captures on this map.
Yeah, it's not like something like, let's say, Octane, where you can force them to spawn at Strip Club and set up this 3 or 4 caps in a row. You won't see that nearly as frequently on Warhawk because, like you said, the spawning system on this map.
So Blue basically just ran through the middle of the map there, uncontested, and got a capture.
Yeah, and that works a lot of times. I mean, I coached Imbos at Curse Las Vegas, and that's what he did at Columbus. He would just run up the middle of the map, and people didn't pay attention to it. He gets 7 or 8 caps a game. I don't understand it, but it just worked there as well.
Because this is it. I mean, it's almost, forgive me for saying this if this is one of your strategies, but it's almost kind of a silly tactic to just run straight in the middle of the map. But
yeah, no, it is.
Because nobody expects you to do something like that, it works.
It's exactly why I believe it does work. That person doing that's listening to the call out of his teammates, knowing where people are, and it's the quickest route to get to the cap. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
You run up the middle, you're going to get there rather quickly, and if you can get away with it, I don't know the exact timing, but it's fast. Well, nice shots there from Carnage.
Yeah, Carnage takes him down and advancing. He knows that somebody's going to be pushing through here. Goes for the spray. Obviously, good communication from his team to make that kill against Weeks.
Yeah, and we still Blue 19-10, really just going off for his squad. And, it's surprising, think as much as Pac-Man's struggling in this game right now at 6-12. Oh, no. Oh, I saw the guy about to hop out the window. I thought that was going to turn into a quick 3-piece.
Yeah. Blue has just been unstoppable in this game so far. Let's actually show some love to Rise Nation. Wheat's going 17-13 with 3 captures as well. What I like about this team, though, is despite the 6-13 kill-death ratio, Pac-Man is second best on score for his team with those 3 captures.
Yeah, in this, this is one of those games where I kind of feel for Blue. They're down 1. If this is one where you lose, he's feeling hot right now. He's fired up. He's just carrying right now at 21-12. It's going to be a little disheartening for him, I believe, if they lose this round.
Okay, well, there is only 1 point in it and still all to play for. Pac-Man has spotted the feet of an enemy player, but does get shut down regardless, opening things up for Vitality, who try and make a push now.
Yeah, and we can see they're moving up this left side. As you saw on the mini-map, the guys at Rise Nation did spawn out right. They sent 1 guy left to try and deal with this, and we should have an engagement any second here. And that was a close one there for Kataga.
There we go. So the French monster coming out top in American there, and he's trying to make this push now. Smokes do go down, but he's just going to go straight into the AR there of the enemy player.
Yeah, that's the last thing you want to see when hopping over that porch there, someone on that head glitch at the truck. That is a battle you are very, very, very rarely going to win. I
mean, you've got to ask the question now, when is it that Rise Nation start going heavy defense?
I don't know. I don't, as aggressive of players as they are, I don't think we're going to see it. I think they're going to stick to what they do well, and that is aggression. Sometimes, the best defense is a good offense, so I think they're going to kind of keep this pressure up, but we'll see.
Okay, interesting. Well, I want to see what's going on with Fizz here, going 18-13, currently playing great, pushing through American now, and as you said, sometimes attack is the best form of defense, so let's see if Rise Nation go for that option.
Yeah, I don't think it really suits them to kind of play that turtle up type defense, and when you put teams outside of their comfort zone, that's where you start to see mistakes happen.
There we go. Ooh, it does not make the kill as he tries to vault around that corner. Wheat's currently on a 5-point streak now for his team.
Yeah, and you can see, they're not exactly playing defensively, but they're not really making a huge effort to try and score at the moment, it doesn't seem. They're kind of hanging out, pushing out the front of their side, maybe pushing up the mid-map. But yeah, they're not really going out real far, are they?
No, and Fizz getting shut down there. There's actually 2 in front of him.
Oh, there it is!
And there, finally, we see the equalizer, 6-6.
And this is going to come down to the wire. We have just over a minute left, 6-6 between Rise Nation and Vitality Rises, and this is Game 3, tied 1-1, so this is a huge one.
I mean, the question is anybody going to come up clutch here, or are we going to see a replay? If anyone's going to do it, it's going to be Blue.
And yeah, he's been having 29 and 16,
go.
and 30 and 16.
He's
and
done it.
There it is. And I think we just heard him scream over at the station.
Yes.
He is, look at his kills compared to the rest of his squad.
It's crazy. I mean, he is having one of the games of his life here at such a grand stage. He's managed to just take out player after player.
Oh, Blue is just melting through everyone. And to steal an old school reference, you're my boy, Blue.
Oh, you've got to love it. I mean, you've got to love it. Look at that, 32 to 17 and 3 captures. So it's not like he's sitting back doing some defensive slaying work. He is one of the aggressive objective players.
No, and that's what can happen. You know, when you're hot in this game with a sub, you can really just go at people. You can get your gun up so fast. You can move so quickly. You really can. He's just out shooting everyone.
And they're going heavy defense. They just need to hold on for 5 more seconds. Is he going to make this kill?
Oh,
No!
Oh, good thing. I think a teammate saved him there. They got
Broken.
an AR in the back with Broken. That's it. Wow.
They are pumped. We can hear them from here.
Oh, yeah, they're going nuts. I mean, they were down 1 with, a minute to go.
Yep.
And just huge plays. We saw Blue basically, I think, come out of post, run the whole way up mid into Gina's, went out through bar, and just killed everyone. I think he got 5 or 6 kill streak just marching around there. I think that's one he's going to send to his family.
Oh, he's playing so well in this best of 5 series and in this tournament on a whole, Blue. He's doing his country proud here, and it is going to mean that Vitality Rises are now 2-1 up in this series.
Yeah.
They were just going up against a brick wall of Rise Nation, and Blue just crumbled that down.
A 33 and 18 is just a beast game. That was remarkable, and it's fun to watch, especially a guy on high sensitivity like that flying around with a sub. There is not really anything more entertaining in Call of Duty.
I love it. Well, they did win the they'd lost the previous domination against Rise Nation, which is going to be the next game type that we see. So don't go anywhere, because we could be seeing this go down to the final round. In any case, it's been a great series so far, so stay tuned for round number 4 of Rise Nation versus Vitality Rises.